We often hear people make joking remarks as to who wears the pants in the family, the husband or the wife. Here's a good question. Exactly who is in charge of your home? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, Day 3 of the Torah portion, Chayei. Let's go now to Genesis or Bereshit chapter 24. First couple of verses read, "And Abraham was old, advanced in years, and Yahweh had blessed Abraham in every way. And Abraham said to the oldest servant of his house, who ruled over all that he had, Please put your hand under my thigh, so that I make you swear to Yahweh, the Elohim of the heavens and the Elohim of the earth, that you do not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I dwell." So this oldest servant, we assume it is Eleazar. He is the one that has been mentioned previously. So if indeed it is Eleazar, the servant has authority over everything that pertains to Abraham. He is his chief steward, his top financial caretaker, advisor. Many would make a reference to Eleazar being a type of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, in that he goes to find the bride, that is, to join the bride with the bridegroom. More on the bride tomorrow. But it's the fact that I want to draw on today is that Eleazar has authority in the home. Abraham is extremely wealthy. He has all the goods that he'll ever need. He has enough laid up in store for Yitzhak and his future generations. And he has to complete the cycle of future generations by making sure that Yitzhak has an appropriate wife. Sarah, his wife, is dead. It's up to him. And he employs the role then of this Holy Spirit type. Again, Eleazar has authority over all that he has. When we look at the life of Joseph, when it came to him being in Potiphar's house, Potiphar didn't know anything about what he had and didn't have. He entrusted everything into the hands of Joseph, and it prospered. Again, Joseph in that role, to some sense, is acting as a chief steward, as Eleazar here, the work of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, has been relegated to the spiritual excitement and euphoria of our worship gatherings. A spiritual service. We had a Holy Spirit outpouring. And we do love those moments where we worship, where we dance, we sing, we get enthralled with the word, and that just unmistakable dwelling and dropping in presence sweeps down and over us. And we just become immersed in the reality of Yeshua. Yeshua said, when the Ruach HaKodesh comes, this helper, that he will testify of me. And that is the role of the Ruach, is to come and testify, reveal, and accentuate the reality of Yeshua. Beyond the worship setting, what about our everyday life? The Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, in this regard, as to guarding over all that Abraham has, may be compared then to the Ruach guiding us into how we give, what our tithing and giving is, and how it is directed, our financial and business endeavors, leading us into where do you invest, where do you sow your money, where do you store your money, how do you get your money to work for you. And that's important, that your money works as hard for you as you do for it. Actually, you want it to work harder for you, if at all possible. This requires wisdom, and it doesn't require that you have boatloads of money. Just start wherever you are and use wisdom. Well, that wisdom comes from the very breath and wind of Yah, being in and upon you. It's not so much, we laugh about who wears the pants in the family. The Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, needs to be in charge of our home. Because in doing so, your home is going to testify of Messiah. People will walk into your home and there will be that unmistakable reality. Yeshua lives here. Yeshua sits with the family at the table. Yeshua dwells in the night hours here and guards over this home. I've been in places where it's like this, I'm counting the moments till I can get out. There's just this uncomfortableness, a sense of being ill at ease. And someone does not have to have a Buddha statue on the shelf somewhere or some kind of dark decorations somewhere that I'm uncomfortable with. It's just the attitude of the home. Other places, it's not because that they have necessarily any religious paraphernalia sitting around that would promote it. It's just that unmistakable sense of peace and well-being. You want that in your home, and there's one sure way for that to take place, and that is the Ruach dwells there and is in charge of all that is taking place in the house. So beyond the financial situation and the setting of the home, then the Ruach also needs to be in charge of our personal life, such as what our affections are dwelt upon, what our minds dwell upon, what you give your time, your money, and your energy to. That's what is a priority to you. You can say what you want and you can proclaim what you will, but your time, your money, and your energy, where is it focused? That's what's important to you. That's your priority. When we focus, and it's not that you have to only listen to religious music or only read scriptural-based literature or only have teachers on your internet feed. We live in a real world, and we need to be able to enact and react in the real world. Some enjoy hobbies and of various sorts, and you have your interests. I like historical things, and I'll research some of those. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it doesn't take priority to where it consumes us. We can be consumed by anything. Abraham allowed this servant to rule over all that he had because he trusted him. So we must ask then what we would like to answer with the easy yes. It may not be so easy. Do we trust the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, the very essence and presence of the Most High? Do we trust the Ruach with our living and all that pertains to us? The temptation is to reach, grab, and hold on to the things that we fear losing the most. Whereas the Ruach may be saying to us, that thing that you've overly set your affections upon, it needs to go. Not that. I've had that for so long, and I really enjoy, and we make all of our excuses, but when the Ruach is saying, trust me, the better life is lived when this is out of it. The reverse may also be true. Things that we don't want, things that we really have no desire for, the Ruach may be saying to us, you need to go, you need to pay attention, you need to learn, you need to take into your possession. This is important. Just like someone trying to tell you what to eat and not eat. We put up our fights and we resist. But ultimately, the servant of the body of Messiah, the one who rules over and administrates and gives right direction the most, is vitally important. We need to listen. I never say much about this, but please, if you haven't already subscribed, consider doing so. Hit the like button, make your comments. All of those things help to promote the channel and increase viewership. And for that, I would be most appreciative. Thank you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.